And I'm just like, I need more for myself. Like this minimum wage thing, it ain't gonna work. Like I'm working all these hours and I'm barely making money. I'm like, this is not for me. But what I didn't know is that math was my strong point growing up. So in regardless of which part of schooling I was at, I know math was my strongest part. So I know it still had to be around the engineering field that I was more interested in. So my dad was just like, hey, how about you take a look at this college, which was Seneca College. And even then, when I started it, my first year, it wasn't bad. I just didn't like it. But what changed for me was when I got into the college co-op program. And that is when they give you exposure to the real life, as in like, okay, if you were to get a job, this is where you'd be doing. And when I was going through that process, my main priority is to apply to the positions that I want. I'm not just going to apply to any and everything because there's a lot of things there. I'm like, I'm going to only apply to the things that I want. I'm going to work hard to make sure I get into it. So I was fortunate enough to crush my interviews. I got my first job was with the municipality within Toronto. So York Region is one of the biggest municipalities there. And that's when I started to realize like I might have been a school baby, but a real life genius is where I felt like, okay, this is where I'm at. Like the real world experience is where it really gets me going. It makes me start to understand and learn things more. And I feel like some people don't take into aspect that like, hey, some of us learn well in school, but some of us learn well like hands-on. Like you have to be, I'm a visual learner. And that's when I started realizing that about myself. Because I was never put into that position before where I was working for a company and they're telling me what we're doing or why we're doing it. And that is when the ball started rolling. I'm like, okay, so I think I could do this.
Nice. Okay. So this is opening up like a lot of different thoughts.
Let's go.
Okay, so you started your co-op for reference, because I'm also curious. Do those co-op opportunities at university pay? So like paid internship?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So, and that was the beautiful thing because I went from literally my first job being minimum wage. And then I was, let's just say at the time, I think minimum wage was like maybe $10 an hour. And then when I got my first co-op opportunity, I think I was making like $20 an hour. So I was making double that. I'm curious, guys. So I started going through their job postings, their internal job postings, and for my college diploma, what pay that would get me. And I was seeing jobs for like $24, $34, $44 an hour. And that's when I'm like, okay, this is where I
Looking
need
for
to
that.
be. I'm starting to see the relation. And then I started looking at the engineers, what those positions were, and I saw those were a tier above. So in the back of my mind, I'm like, all right, I did the university thing once, but I think I gotta go back and get it because I don't want to restrain myself from the entirety of my career just because I didn't finish that degree.
Mm, got you.